Bible Treasury, 2nd edition, Volume 1, Article 31, May 1857. Our Study. Notes on the Book of Genesis. London, Greg, 24 Warwick Lane, Paternoster. Here is a little work which may be safely and strongly recommended, as a suitable book, both for inquiring Christians who desire to search into the living oracles, and for those whose souls are at all awakened to their true condition. It traverses a large and varied surface, inasmuch as the book of Scripture of which it treats is, when typically viewed, one of the richest tracts where all is rich. It also abounds in forcible appeals to every heart, in plain, perspicuous language. The Apocalypse of St. John. A new translation, metrically arranged with Scripture illustration. London, Jackson and Walford, 18 St. Paul's Churchyard. 1856. An interesting attempt to arrange the one prophetical book of the New Testament according to the parallelistic method of Old Testament poetry. There are a few turns given, in the translation, which are not unhappy, but, on the whole, it fails in representing the Apostle John's majestic simplicity. Who, indeed, has succeeded. Mr. Godwin, however, not only imparts too free and modern an air, but he inclines a great deal too much to the not infrequently rash changes of Latchman and other critics. In one instance, Revelation 2 verse 13, he has gone beyond all, and ventures to give a verb, instead of the proper name Antipas, and to render the clause, and in the days thou wast arraigned. He says that in this he follows some of the oldest manuscripts and versions. Now it is true that the Coptic diverges in one direction, the Syriac, etc., in another, and that the Alexandrian copy, followed by some later ones, spells the word so as possibly to mean a verb, but we are not aware of any authority for Mr. G.'s version, and we have no doubt that a man's name is intended. Mr. G leans toward the Neronic date, in spite of the testimony of Irenaeus, and this upon the slender ground that the internal evidence, that is, his view, points to the time before the fall of Judaism and Jerusalem. Accordingly Mr. G makes the seals refer to Jews, the trumpets to idolaters, and the vials to those who, giving their homage to force and fraud, are really worshippers of Satan, a scheme in evident accordance with German mysticism and directly tending to blunt the edge of this sharp, prophetic sword of the Lord.